Hi, I'm Whitney Espich, the CEO of the MIT Alumni Association, and I hope you enjoy this digital production created for alumni and friends like you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patrick Gertis, and I'm class of 1984, course 16. That's Aero Astro for the non-MIT folks in the crowd. And I'm a proud alum of Chocolate City. I am BAMIT's Program Committee Chair and Chair of the 2021 Black Graduate Celebration Committee. On behalf of the Black alumni and alumna of MIT, I welcome each and every one of you to this year's annual celebration, our second virtual Black Graduate Celebration. For 2021, BGC's celebration, the theme is strengthening our individual and collective resilience. This is in recognition of the difficult time that we all have been experiencing since the start of the pandemic, and especially in recognition of you, our honorees, who have demonstrated your individual and collective resilience in reaching this point. And we have every confidence that you will continue to thrive going forward. Today, we celebrate this milestone, your graduation from MIT. And soon, in following with the MIT tradition, you too will be able to turn and wear your brass rat the other way. Today, we have several speakers ready to address you. First, we are honored to have with us President Rafael Reif, who will share some thoughts, followed by remarks from Whitney Espich, CEO of the MIT Alumni Association. Then we will have our undergraduate and graduate speakers, starting with Audrey Rose Wooden, co-chair of the MIT's Black Students Union, followed by Will Jackson, co-president of the MIT Black Graduate Student Association, and followed by Danielle Gathers, president of the MIT Undergraduate Association. Their bios are in the program. With that, let me welcome President Reif.
Thank you, Patrick, and thank you to the volunteers from BAMIT for organizing this wonderful event. And thanks to all of you for inviting me. You all have worked incredibly hard to arrive at this moment. You deserve to enjoy the traditional commencement experience on campus, gathered with each other and your families and friends. I'm delighted that we will be able to celebrate together in 2022, though I wish we did not have to wait so long to return to something like normal. And perhaps we should strive not for a return to normal, but for something better. As we celebrate today, it's impossible to ignore that we're living in a time of historic tension and division over racial violence and injustice. Across MIT, all of us are struggling to make sense of what is happening in our nation. But I expect that for all of you, the struggle is much more immediate and personal. And unfortunately, it is not new. At MIT, many of you may have encountered obstacles that the larger student body have not had to face. I know that these challenges are not distributed equally or experienced in the same way by all of you. And I know this is not an experience I can share. But what's clear to me is that your educational experience has been shaped by these challenges, giving you special awareness of the struggles that many of your fellow students have overcome in order to thrive at MIT. This awareness connects you to each other in profound ways, giving rise to strong bonds of friendship and trust. But I imagine the awareness itself must also feel like a burden, an additional weight that many of your peers at MIT have not had to carry. For any student at any time, graduating from MIT is very hard. Yet all of you have persevered and triumphed. You have learned that you're capable of exceptional achievement, even under relentless pressure. What you have accomplished fills me with respect and admiration. I'm grateful that each and every one of you chose to bring your talents to MIT. You have made MIT better and stronger, kinder, wiser, more generous, and more inclusive. So I end by offering my most heartfelt congratulations, my deepest appreciation, and my very best wishes for your health, happiness, and success. And I look forward to seeing many of you in 2022. And as you're about to join the great global community of MIT alumni, I will now turn things over to the leader of our Alumni Association, Whitney Espig.
Raphael, thank you. And thank you for those remarks that just encapsulate what so many of us here on campus are feeling about this class as you prepare to leave and embark into the world. I just want to introduce myself, even beyond what Raphael just said. I'm the CEO of the MIT Alumni Association, and I'm delighted to see you all this afternoon. It's sunny and 70 degrees here in Cambridge, which is very welcome. Maybe there be sunny skies wherever you are on this celebratory day. I am here to offer congratulations on behalf of not just myself, but of the Alumni Association President, Charlene Capsinel, the Board of Directors, and the association's professional staff, some of whom you current students may already know. I want to say hello and thank you to the many dedicated alumni in the audience, the current BAMIT leadership, Kendra Bickerstaff and Holly Carter, and the full BAMIT board, and of course the Black Graduate Celebration Committee and MC Patrick Gertis. Thank you for the invitation to be here with you today to sprinkle some alumni pixie dust all over you very special and beautiful graduating people. Hello mainly to the graduating seniors. I hope you are alight with your sense of accomplishment. I look forward to officially welcoming you into the community of MIT alumni and alumnae later this spring. Once you've graduated. You know, this alumni thing isn't a done deal quite yet. You have a few weeks of classes to go. After all, I just say don't mess it up, but do enjoy the spring. Everyone's had a lot of extra pressure this year, and so keep at it. We know you'll cross the finish line. Everybody's rooting for you. Also, a warm hello to our current students who aren't about to graduate, but your moment will come. We're very glad you are here. And I understand some newly admitted students are with us today. A special welcome to you as you weave yourself into this place where I hear recent admits say year after year, I found my people, and I know that will be true for you. And of course, the warmest of welcomes to all of the family members and friends who are here to celebrate today. The love and support you have provided during these challenging times has been exceptional. I thank you, and your students thank you. With your guidance and their MIT training, may these students who are graduating do good and be well as they meet the many challenges of today's world. Now to that alumni pixie dust. You know, there is a certain kind of magic, and I mean that seriously, that each of you will carry with you into the world as MIT graduates. Your special STEM talents, the experiences you have had here on campus or across the country and around the world as you engaged in internships and public interest projects before the world changed. Just as just who you are as people is a part of that magic, with a shared strong strand of MIT DNA inside of each one of you. These things give you a distinctive worldview and a distinctive capacity to make a positive difference. I see that every day in the alumni that I have the honor of working with. To help you on this path, never forget that you have that over 140,000 MIT alumni who are walking with you, who are interested in you, who want to help, to partner, to collaborate, to sing your praises and celebrate with you, or the younger ones maybe just hang out. The alumni community is large and diverse. We are proud of that variety of perspectives, of life experiences, geographies, and talents that our alums encompass. And we draw on you to chart our path forward as an institution. Your voices will continue to matter to MIT. Your participation will also ensure that we as an active community remain diverse and welcoming and learning from one another. As an association, we have a vision to engage and inspire the global MIT community to make a better world. Today, I invite you to add your better worlding talents to our efforts. How? Stay connected to MIT through the association. Tell us about your life after MIT, about work, about family, about your personal or professional service to help better this world around us. Let the association be your megaphone. Since MIT alums are notoriously humble, if you don't tell us about yourself, well, then tell us about your amazing MIT friends, and eventually one of your friends will tell us about you. It's a virtuous circle like that. Welcome to the beginning of your connection with MIT as an alum. I look forward to spending time and getting to know each one of you in the many years ahead. And I thank you for allowing me to be part of this important and joyful celebration. It's now my pleasure to introduce Audrey Rose Wooden, class of 2021. Audrey, you and I have never met except just in the green room before this event started. But I remember the first time that I saw you, that I heard your poetry, your voice at the MIT Community Vigil last June at the beginning of our collective grappling with the murder of George Floyd left a big impression with me and echoes in my ears of Black joy and Black love and your protectors, our protectors, TM. I heard you before I heard Amanda Gorman read at the Biden-Harris inauguration. And I have to say that as amazing as Ms. Gorman is, it turns out that you are my poet laureate of MIT. So thank you for sharing your voice with us today, if you indeed are going to share some poetry. But just thank you for being who you are in our community and for all that you've contributed. And I thank you all for joining us today. Let me turn you over to the talented Audrey Rose.
Thank you so much, Whitney, for your kind words. Thank you, President Reif, for being with us today. And thank you to BAMIT for organizing this opportunity to gather here and celebrate the Black graduating students of the class of 2021. Hi, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Audrey Rose Wooden. My pronouns are she, her, and Kuji. I'm a 2021 in comparative media studies. I want to say greetings and thank you to all the family, friends, current students, admitted students, faculty, staff, and mentors past and present for celebrating with us today. And most of all, greetings and thank you to the Black graduating class of 2021. I am so proud of each and every one of us, whether we started our MIT journey together or not, and whether we finish our MIT journey together or not. I can say that the class of 2021 is unlike any class MIT has ever seen. We've been carrying the Black community on our back since 2017. If you know, you know, from orientation to Black primaries after our first 801 exam, to Black hack, to ring delivery, Black homecoming, any class council event ever, shout out to our president, Kofi Blake, you all have held it down. When 21s walk into the room, the administration knows that we mean business. The MIT community knows that something is about to happen and everyone else knows to expect a good time. So the following words are my gift to you, the graduating students. You alone are powerful, and you alone are loved, and you alone can create abundantly. But if you were to join your spirit up with mine as we journey down this path of newness and uncertainty together, do not be afraid to walk with me hand in hand, because my heart would be glad to have known you. As we lose ourselves to find ourselves, as we learn to lose old versions of each other, remember that loss can only hurt as deeply as you have loved. And when you do entirely. So my heart is glad to have known you. I remember sitting in Stata as a pre-fraj, watching the 17s get their stoles and walk across the stage and thinking, wow, these are some beautiful, intelligent, and powerful Black people, and someday that could be me. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've peace-edited together, and we've partied together. I'm so glad to have known and served you all over the past 4 years. As we go into the world, never forget the memories that we've made. Don't give up on the relationships that you've built, because I've said it before and I'll say it again, Black MIT alum are so amazing. It's our turn finally to join the ranks and become the type of alum that have helped us get to where we are today. This is our moment, so don't miss it. We hand off the torch to you all, the current and admitted students. This is a community with a rich history and a lasting legacy. So match our energy and then go harder. That way you won't regret any decision that you make. My love for MIT's Black community knows no bounds. So I'm trusting you not only with my heart, but with my people. And I'm so sure that's in good hands. So from one river to another, this is your friendly neighborhood walking, talking archive signing off with one huge congratulations to the Black graduating students of MIT's class of 2021. Next, you'll be hearing from Will Jackson, the co-president of BGSA. So until next time, peace, love, and soul.
Thank you, Audrey Rose. I knew you'd do amazingly well. Hello, friends, family, loved ones, and fellow 2021 graduates. My name is Will Jackson, and I'm an MBA graduate of the MIT Sloan School of Management, and have the pleasure of representing the Black Graduate Student Association, serving as co-president. I want to first congratulate you all on reaching this place, as it is no small feat. We have faced many obstacles on the way to this virtual stage. We have dealt with the loss of loved ones who parted too soon, mental and physical health challenges as a result of the pandemic, and the repeated trauma of seeing the loss of Black life across our country through the lens of social media lenses. The least of these challenges being the academic rigor of a top-tier institution like MIT. I do not say this to reopen unhealed wounds, but to speak to the whole truth of our journey and the spiritually exhausting challenges we as Black students have faced, especially this past year. Even this week, as I started writing these remarks, I saw our people too afraid to hope and believing that justice is for the few and not the many. But even as this year has pushed me to the brink, I've been hopefully optimistic because of the lessons that I've learned from each of you. A friend taught me to stand up and speak up for our community, even if that means sending a few strongly worded emails. Another friend taught me to question the system, even as we live and work within it. And another taught me how to make a bomb espresso martini while watching the game. I did tell y'all it was a long year. And I know you've all met these people, if not in name, in character. While reflecting on the theme of strengthening our resilience, I consulted the definition of psychological resilience, which is the ability to mentally and emotionally cope with a crisis or to return to pre-crisis status quickly. This definition serves as sad reality of what the Black experience in America has required of us. I would like to challenge us all to go beyond returning to our pre-crisis way of thinking and to create a new normal. A space and practice where we covet the hug from a loved one as if it could be our last. Where we reach out to old friends in hopes of reconnecting because we make sure that they are okay. Where we go beyond just hoping for a broken system to be fixed, but believe we're the ones capable of and committed to fixing it. And doing this, let us not forget the arc of the moral universe is long and that it is us who must bend it towards justice, together. It is through our mind's ability to think of a future that does not exist in the face of unrest and our hands' ability to fight for change, even if it means putting up a fist in solidarity, that we live the words, mens et manas. We are MIT graduates. There's no problem too difficult that we cannot fix, or at least earnestly offer solutions. There's no challenge too great that we cannot face, especially if we put our minds together. And do not let anyone tell you otherwise. As I've been taught by my parents, with the faith of a mustard seed and the collective support of those around us, we can move mountains. Thank you, not only for the opportunity to speak today, but also the opportunity to learn from you throughout my MIT journey. I would like to now pass it off to our MIT UA president, Daniel Gethers.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations to our Black graduates in the class of 2021. Despite this year, which has been full of obstacles and drastic changes to the typical senior year experience at MIT, you all, as our 2021 Black graduates, have been essential to the successful movement of our community and organizations forward. As the eldest members of our undergraduate community, you have demonstrated perseverance, showing us all the importance of service, unity, friendship, and activism. As a truly amazing class of leaders, you have led the Black community with service in the Black Students Union, BEWA, Chocolate City, the African Students Association, the Caribbean Club, Nova Shea, Sakata, and so much more. Your shine and Black excellence reached academic service, social spheres, demonstrating the multidimensional components of our Black community. The reach of your leadership was even broader, as so many of you also influence our wider MIT community through your leadership in the class councils, UA committees, RANCOM, IFC, Panhel, MGC, dorm communities, and several other activities you are all involved with. You made sure that Black students at MIT had a seat at the table and helped to shape initiatives that incorporated our voices. As a member of the class of 2022, I've directly benefited from the kindness, charity, and genius that the class of 2021 has lent to the younger classes, especially through these past few months, which have truly tried and tested the strength of our community. I personally am grateful for the opportunity to connect with you all and will miss you dearly next year. Although your presence will be missed by many, MIT is certainly richer for having felt your influences, bending to your will, and learning from your insights. As you transition from undergraduate to alum status, we hope that you will retain your engagement with the MIT community, especially with the younger Black students who need your help. We know your futures are very bright, and having seen many of your Facebook announcements the past few months, I am beyond proud to know you all. MIT's Black community beams with pride as a result of your monumental accomplishments, from Rhodes to Mitchell Scholars to I'm sure many to come. Some of you are starting your own businesses and doing groundbreaking research, and we are all so proud of you and can't wait to see your impact moving forward. We hope you all come back to visit soon and finish off the semester great. Thank you so much.
Wow. So thank you all for those wonderful words. President Rife, Whitney, we truly, truly appreciate not only your presence here today, but also your thoughtful and insightful remarks. To our student speakers, wow. Once again, as always, you did it, you brought it. Thank you for representing your classmates. We are so proud of each of you. You represent what is great about MIT students. With that, it's now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Adriane Brown's bio is in the program, so I won't read it. Instead, I'll share a bit that you may not know. Adriane was just 8 when she and her brother integrated a previously all-white school in Virginia. By the time she was in 6th grade, Adriane was class president, and she has been a leader ever since, including in the corporate world and recently in developing an intellectual property marketplace. Adriane earned her undergraduate degree in environmental health at Old Dominion University in 1980, and then went to work for Corning in New York State, earning her MIT degree while working her way up from shift supervisor to vice president and general manager of the environmental products division. In 1999, she took a job at Honeywell Aerospace in Indiana. She was promoted to run the engine systems division in Arizona, and she ultimately became president and CEO of Honeywell's $5 billion transportation systems group. She is currently the managing partner at Flying Fish Venture Fund. Adriane?
Thank you, Patrick. Congratulations, class of 2021. I'm honored to stand before you this afternoon as part of the Black Graduate Celebration. Pondering the invitation, my first thought was, wait, what? Follow 3 student speakers? I knew categorically they would bring it. No pressure, right? And bring it they did. Next, I thought about you and your unique experience as a graduate of MIT, as a student of MIT, and now a graduate. I thought about your journey to come here, to do the work, to handle it all, to complete. You faced many challenges, and overcame whatever was necessary. You are here. Congratulations. Many have shared your journey: family, friends, colleagues, TAs, professors, advisors, deans, administrators, and the mentors and sponsors who too feel pride over this accomplishment. Then there are your fellow students, those who shared this journey with you. Some made you laugh, others made you cry, some helpful, others annoying, each with their unique story. These are your people. Robert Taylor, an architect, was MIT's first Black graduate in 1892. Imagine what it would be like at MIT during that time. The onlyness. Without his shoulders, where would we be? No matter the path you take leaving MIT, stay connected to your people and this place. I've been thinking about the world you are graduating from, and intensely about the world you are going into. Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. This is not the world you deserve. At my graduation, I would never have forecasted this past year, not just the pandemic and all that it encompassed and laid bare. It's our society where racism, violence, domestic terrorism, and systemic injustice are still so present. Yet, I never concede or underestimate our power to fix it. Guilty, guilty, guilty. After the tears, I found myself frustrated to still be here. The work, Black Lives Matter, civil rights, voter rights protests, and the marches all bring us here. We have unfinished business. This past Tuesday, I witnessed what Dr. King said. The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice. We all know a Minnesota jury's decision was bigger than the case. It was a tipping point, a long time coming, a signal that a change is going to happen. We shall overcome. Not I can't breathe, no justice, no peace. But still, we haven't fixed the really sticky parts of racism. The kind that gets built in is hidden until it stings its target. Systemic racism jeopardizes our safety and security. And it can and does take life. Oh, we've got unfinished business. What do? Hell, we have MIT degrees. We rise to the occasion everywhere we go, everywhere we are. So here's some food for thought to help us on this mission of handling unfinished business. Number one, stand up for justice and equity. The history of racism in America is well documented, though not well taught. It is an inconvenient truth with deep and systemic roots, though not universally accepted. It feels like America's longest battle is the one with itself, racism. We must stand up for what we believe in, for what matters. Just keeping one's head down and hoping it will go away will not work. We know this. Get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble, says the late John Lewis, reflecting on his life and legacy. In 1966, Patrick said, I was one of 5 students in the first class to integrate Bellwood Elementary School in Chesterfield County, Virginia. It took 12 years for Virginia to launch this voluntary first year after the US Supreme Court ruled in Brown versus the Board of Education that segregation in public schools was unconstitutional. I was getting in good trouble at an early age. I still do. I speak up and I speak out in my world of influence, from corporate boardrooms to investment decisions for artificial intelligence startups. I also tap into my circle for support and sustenance, as this is emotionally charged work. We keep each other going and growing, fueling our collective resilience, because what we see, read, and hear, we feel. Too much racism. Stand up for justice and equity. Point number 2, take risks. You are embarking on your next body of work, and I can imagine the excitement mixed with an appropriate level of nerves over the uncertainties and choice points as you move ahead. But let me give you some context. President Barack Obama said, and I quote, "At this point in time, you've got more role models, more roadmaps, more resources than the civil rights generation did. You've got more tools, technology, and talents than my generation did. No generation has been better positioned to be warriors for justice and to really make a difference in this world," end quote. Yes, more tools, technology, talents. It's safe to play it easy, to avoid conflict. However, the best approach to taking risk is to know your worth and surround yourself with people who complement, not mirror, your strengths. Yes, you are all that, and you have the right to be here. You belong. It is said that big risks yield big rewards. This is generally true, but you must find your sweet spot for risk, motivated by justice and equity. I am inspired by the voice of our own Joy Bulamwini on the dangers of bias in decision-making software. She told big corporations the error of their ways, did a TED Talk, testified before Congress, and so much more. Her work at the Media Lab and her founding of the Algorithmic Justice League fights systemic injustice by calling out bias in AI. Her work is helping to stop the spread of digitized racism that, unchecked, could affect every aspect of our lives. In all you do, know your worth. Take risks to help the world in your own way. The last piece of unfinished business, be nice. Now, as a 3rd grader integrating schools in 1966, my mother gave me the same instruction every day as I walked out the door. Be nice. She's 94, and she still says it to me today. Why be nice? Isn't it a contradiction with stand up? I came to realize be nice was not an action phrase as much as it was a state of mind. It was Mom's way of instilling in me the choice of being centered in kindness versus the alternative in any situation I might face. Nice was Mom's antidote to confrontation, but nice is not passive. Rather, her way of reminding me of the importance of treating everyone with dignity and respect. We've endured so much in this country, and we stand in solidarity. We gather to celebrate you, to reinforce that you do not go out into this world alone. Be nice is our part of the golden rule, a reminder to treat others as you wish to be treated, to serve as an example of what should be. The refrain of the National Black Anthem are words that have inspired me since the very first time I heard them. Let us march on till victory is won. It represents our historical struggle, and unfortunately, it is still too relevant today. Let us march on until we're done. Be nice. It is the humanity of unfinished business. On April 24th, 1991, I was sweating the details of my master's thesis. It was signed 9 days later. I researched Black women in corporate America, the personal price of success. I was dreaming of a big and bright future. I spent 30 years in corporate America. That was the breakout career. Now you can break out in just about any field of study. But there is much more to do before we fully exist in the America we deserve. There is no better time than now to create a better world. We have the power to drive change with our collective resilience. My message today has been one of pride, self-reflection, blunt reality, calling for action on our unfinished business. Stand up for justice and equity. Take risk knowing your worth, and be nice because mama said so. Science enables us to identify and know our constants, and to know those constants for guidance. You have constants, your family and friends, colleagues and classmates, your supporters, the shoulders of ancestors. You have your truths, and you have MIT. Graduates, you strengthen our collective resilience. Together, let us get at this unfinished business for a better world. But before we do so, to the class of 2021, for this moment, let us enjoy each other and the amazing accomplishments that this celebration and your graduation represents. Congratulations, graduates.
Wow. Thank you, Adriane, for those wonderful, encouraging words that feed our minds and give us something to carry with us. So thank you. As a small token of our appreciation, BAMIT will be making a donation to your charity of choice. This has been amazing. Now for the moment that we have all been waiting for, but before we do the graduate roll, BAMIT wants to acknowledge those graduates who are not participating in today's program. We know some of you did not meet our deadline for submitting your information to be included, but we know you're here, you're there, and we salute you and congratulate you. So for those who are here today, let us begin the graduate roll. And after the graduate roll call, each graduate, please get ready. After the last name is called, we're going to open the camera of each graduate to create a gallery view of all the graduates. This is going to last about 30 seconds or so for each screen, so be ready. Make sure your light is on, make sure you have your kente stole on. We'll unmute you at the appropriate time so we can all share the screams of joy and the loud applause. With that, let's go to the graduate roll call.
Oluwatife Akiola. Yodahe Alemu. Caleb Amanfu. Blair Anaman Williams. Rais Awudu. Marcus Badgett. Amadou Ba. Catherine Balali. Kofi Blake. Raiden Cook. Orisa Coombs. Megan Davis. Muse Demis. Carl Day. Somala Dibby. Kaylee Dugos. Demar Edwards. Kenechukwu Ibuanu. Fidelia Gaba. Maria Galu Lemaya. Danielle Gray Stewart. Evan Hamilton. Nick Harris. Asa Hipsher. William Jackson. Rhett James. Sandy Jean Charles. Miles Johnson. Kevin Johnson. Aya Josiah Fiduar. Lola Camden. Adam Kiki Charles. Abba Peglo. Eliane Lema. Casimir L'Esperance. William Little. David Mackay. Matthew Medina. Charity Medeno. Inuma Mokel. Zaina Musa. Kumani Ntowe. Tima Nwana. Obiageli Nuodo. David Alexander Enzi Ndong. Adun Obise-san. Kings ODG. Oluwasun Ogunde. Quadri Oguntade. Bemisola Ogunyomi. Danielle Olson. Olu Timileyin Amotunde. Philip Onotu. Chelsea Anyador. Andrea Orji. Issy Osubor. Abina Pisa. Chandler Perry. Mikal Reda. Yate Richardson. Hiram Riddle. Holly Reaping. Patrick Rose. Emmanuel Sabiti. Darian Sears. Nicodemus Sendek. Renee Silva. Chidi Simbotwe. Christabel Sitiene. Jonathan Tego. Afura Taylor. Ogbogu Ukuku. Awele Uwagwu. Mimi Wahid. Anna Williams. Kaya Willis. Audrey Rose Wooden. Joseph Wyatt.
Congratulations to our graduates. My name is Kay Holly M. Carter. I graduated MIT with a PhD in 1977, course 17, political science. And I currently serve as the national president for BAMIT, the Black alumni of MIT. In the tradition of our people, we recognize those that have come before us, our ancestors. Every generation driven by a dedication to excellence and the need to see things better for the following generation leaves a legacy that guides and directs. Today, we recognize those Black alumni that have graduated from MIT 50 years plus ago. Black alumni that have received their red jackets and are now members of the Cardinal and Gray Society. Starting with Robert Taylor, class of 1892, there are 100 graduates. We call these graduates our waymakers, dedicated to the cause of resisting the urge to stop, when by moving on, change or progress could be made, exceeding limitations, moving through the urge to keep silent when a voice, no matter how small, needed to be heard, persevering through the urge to give up, when overcoming any obstacle meant positive change, and most times, great sacrifice. These people are a hallmark of excellence in our community, for they've made a way out of no way. Waymakers. There are visionaries and torchbearers that have gone the distance and won the race, took the test and passed. Today we celebrate you. We honor all of the other 50 plus year Black graduates as they pass the torch of excellence and commitment to you. Congratulations, you're now part of a group of very, very special people. I also have the honor of providing the charge to our 2021 graduates. Congratulations. It would not be the BGC, the Black Graduate Celebration, without a charge to you, our graduates. Undergraduate and graduate class of 2021, your charge this year is simple. Take the tenacity and the self-efficacy that has seen you successful through the rigors of MIT amid an ongoing pandemic, and define your path. Tenacity is different from resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties, to get back into shape after adversity. Tenacity is persistent determination to complete a task, to hold on to an ideal. Both terms represent toughness. And as you've demonstrated, toughness. But the difference between recovery from difficulty and persistent determination speaks to how you see the world. Self-efficacy is the belief that we can achieve influence over the conditions that affect our lives. It is the belief that we have all the resources we need, both internally and externally, to achieve the end that we desire. You each have your unique path, whether it leads after today to your next degree or to the start or continuation of your career. What you all share is that you will pursue your path in a global context that is defined by a climate of degradation, acute economic disparities, and a racialized society in which Black, Indigenous, and peoples of color lives still do not matter. You may want to assert that you're different because you made it through your MIT degree. In fact, your identity as a Black person in this country, as a BIPOC identity, your color and physical characteristics will always define you. So here's the final part of your charge. Lead with who you are, with that BIPOC identity that is a legacy for those on whose shoulders you stand, those whose lives can be different because they matter to you. You've risen to the challenge of MIT and prevailed with the honor of being recognized today as a graduate and alumni. You deserve all of the accolades and pride of achievement. MIT has honed your tenacity and self-efficacy. You know that you are tough and that you have everything that you need. What you must do is go forward to make your mark, to make a difference with integrity, and to demonstrate unequivocally what a Black diaspora MIT alumni can do to change the world. We applaud you and we celebrate you, not only today, but as you go forward. I also have the task of closing out this celebration. So I'm going to say again, congratulations to our graduates. I know that your families are proud of your accomplishments. We are proud of your accomplishments and welcome you warmly into the ranks of Black alumni of MIT. Before closing today, we have to acknowledge and thank the many people who worked tirelessly to ensure that this event happened. We want to extend first our thank you to President Reif again for being here, Whitney Epic for being here today with us, to our student speakers, and to our keynote speaker. Also, as you can see on the slide, we want to thank Moana Benton and her team from the MIT Alumni Association. We thank MIT Video Production Services team. We could not have done this without them. I must extend a special thanks to the BGC committee for their steadfast dedication to seeing this project come to fruition, again, virtually and online. To the Black alumni of MIT, thank you all for sharing this day of celebration with us. We thank you for being a member of the BAMIT family and send you blessings of peace, health, and happiness this day and going forward. This marks the end of our program. Please join us, graduates, family, and friends, in a more informal fellowship to continue the celebration, starting right now. There you'll be joined by BAMIT Chairperson Andrea Bickerstaff and members of the BAMIT board for a much more intimate and family-friendly conversation. The Zoom link is posted on the screen and can also be found in the email you received earlier this afternoon. Congratulations, graduates. We send you forth and we welcome you.
Thanks for joining us. And for more information on how to connect with the MIT Alumni Association, please visit our website.